We're boycotting Nintendo. Nah, fuck that shit, bro. We hopping on Mario Kart. All the boys hopping on Mario Kart too. I don't give a fuck about all this drama going on with Mario Kart and Nintendo Switch 2 and whatever the case is. If the YouTuber you're watching is legit and not biased to the fact that they don't like the Nintendo Switch 2 and the policies and the price that come with it, then they're going to tell you this game is good. I'm sorry, but it's true. The case being, it's actually a good game. No matter what's going on with the console itself, it has nothing to do with the fact that the game's good. I mean, the devs, they fucking probably didn't see their families for 30 days, maybe even a year, like the Mappa workers, just to make this good ass game. And regardless of what you think about the console, it doesn't change the fact that the game is good. I mean, I play this game, all the boys are hopping on this game too, because it's really competitive and really chaotic. I mean, I was playing with my little sister and my little brother, and they were having hella fun. The choice being, this is like GTA, but with Mario Kart. Why? When the hell did Mario pull out a blicky with a fucking with a turtle shit with a turtle shell, throwing that at a fucking cow and shit? Like, god damn, them vegans gonna about to get pissed at this video. So the truth is, this game is a good game, no matter what the case being is. And if another YouTuber tells you otherwise, then they're just lying to you. But the case being, maybe you're not prepared to pay $80 for this game. I understand that, because $80 is crazy. But as you can see, every game now is going to start charging you $80 to $90 per game. I mean, did we really not see on the Summerfest that new Sonic racing game, how it was literally overpriced and the game is not even that good? I mean, we got Persona in that shit, but I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not even a Persona glazer, so I don't really give a shit about that shit, bro. I know they got Hatsune Miku in there too. I swear she was in another Sonic racing game. I don't know. I haven't even played one of those since I was like a kid. But through and through, this game is actually good. This game is chaotic. This game is fun. And this is not just me giving you my first impressions. This is the whole dynamic of the game. It's pure chaos. It's big maps. Every map is a different map. None of them are the same. You are never to be able to suspect what's around the corner. There's liveliness across the map, unlike what people initially thought was going to be the game like. They thought it was going to be a big open world map with no type of content, no type of liveliness, just a big open oasis. And the case being, that wasn't the case. And the art style, some people may not like it. Some people may not like the new system that they implemented with the characters and the cars. But my opinion is not even bad. It has nothing really bad to it. And if you think about it, what is really bad about it? Of course, they don't got the other color variations of the characters anymore. But I mean, they have skins for it, which is probably the better option anyways. I mean, who the hell even uses the Smash Bros. Color skins? The color alternatives for the Smash Bros. Characters. Nobody does that. The only time that happens is when you're unlucky enough to be the little bro and get pick the same character after your big brother uses the same character that he was initially going to use, and you decided to copy him. Or maybe he just picked it because he's an asshole. The case being, nobody really gives a shit about the color variations. And if you do, I feel like you're just nitpicking at the smallest things. I understand for the price, it's maybe outrageous. But if you're going to get the Switch 2 altogether, you better get the Mario Switch 2 bundle. And another case being, and this is me addressing my opinion on the Switch 2. I didn't have a Switch initially. And if you don't have a Switch initially, you're better off buying the Switch 2, because you're more future proof, and you're by next year you're not even going to be able to have any Switch 1 games coming out on the Switch 1, because they're going to completely convert into making exclusively Switch 2 games, just the same way that PlayStation did with all their shit, same way that Xbox did with the Xbox Series S and X. This is just something that's been going on for years at this point, and if you don't like it, go ahead and get a PC. But if you're going to bitch about Nintendo doing it, you might as well get on Xbox's and PlayStation's ass. You're probably going to say no because PlayStation's exclusives are good. But I mean, does PlayStation have Mario Kart? No. Is PlayStation trying to stop Xbox from adding Steam onto the game so Xbox players are able to play PlayStation exclusives? Yes, they're trying to stop that, because the only thing that PlayStation has is the 1, 2, 3 exclusives that they have at all. They don't have any other exclusives in their catalog besides maybe The Last of Us, God of War, and Spider-Man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't even like Insomniac Spider-Man 2. I got bored of the game in like 2 seconds. Maybe that's just me. But I am gonna play that Insomniac Wolverine game. You'll see me playing that shit on day one. I promise you that. Um, and for the people who are saying that, of course, Pokemon Violet and Scarlet, we're probably never gonna get a full potential of that game. But A to Z is looking amazing. I'm not gonna lie to you, because the way I can say that right now is that the game was pretty much built for the Switch 2. I mean, if you haven't seen, the Switch 1 version of A to Z is 5 gigabytes, and the Switch 2 version of A to Z is 10 gigabytes. I mean, let that sit in your head for a sec. Is the Switch 2 maybe worth it right now? The case being, it's probably maybe no. But if you don't want to have to worry about getting a Switch 2 on Black Friday or December, or maybe even next year when they start releasing all these crazy games or these crazy Switch 2 editions for Animal Crossing, maybe add a whole new island or something crazy in the game. I don't know. I've never played it. Or a Smash Bros. Extension for the Switch 2. It's just Smash Bros. Ultimate, which has been leaked to likely have more DLC, but exclusive to the Switch 2. Same thing with everything else going on. It's probably gonna, I mean, we're already gonna Tamagotchi Live sequel for the Switch 2 exclusively next year. And it's only gonna keep following up again and again and again. By the time of middle of next year, you're probably gonna see nobody complaining about the Switch 2 anymore, because there are so many exclusives and the quality that makes it really worth it. And to the people saying that the Nintendo fans are just going crazy over PS4 graphics, the problem with what you're saying is that the Steam Deck, the upgraded version with the same amount of space as the Switch 2, costs around the same amount of money. It's $400, and that's not including taxes, and that's not including any other games neither. Obviously, it's still overpriced. It's still expensive. But at the end of the day, the Switch 2 is probably more future-proof than the Steam Deck, because it's probably going to get games for the next 7 years, or at least 5 years. And a lot of these games, I mean, as we can remember, and if you don't know, maybe they confuse this with all the content creators saying a lot of different things. You can still play your Switch 1 games on the Switch 2. You don't have to pay for the Switch 2 upgrade. You can still play the Switch 1 games on your Switch 2, and there's no difference. The problem is you can't play Switch 2 games like Cyberpunk on the Switch 1. But you can still play Switch 1 games on the Switch 2 without having to pay for the upgrade. The reason why the upgrade's there is it's a improvement. An improvement if you want to fully optimize the Switch 2 capabilities. But if you don't give a shit about that and you just want to play your favorite games on the Switch 2, then you got that option. And maybe a lot of people didn't know that. Man, it's a little confusing. The Joy-Cons are relatively better. It's more premium. It's more. I'm gonna be honest with you. I like the color scheme a lot more. I don't know. I'm more sleek, more premium looking. The old black look to me is better. Some people, they don't like that. They like the autisticness of the Switch 1 and whatever the fuck it is. But I understand, maybe right now the Switch 2 is not worth it for everyone. But if you don't have a Switch 1, go ahead and get the Switch 2. Don't waste your money, because you're still paying $300 for the OLED, and that's not including taxes. They haven't dropped the price on the OLED, and a lot of these retailers they're not going to drop the price on the OLED neither, because they're going to lose money on that. And the Switch 2, you're probably going to get. I mean, you're going to get a lot better graphics, a lot more fun on this. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Mario Kart World Tour is better than Mario Kart 8, and I actually enjoy it. And I don't even like Mario Kart. I don't even like Mario games like that. I feel like it's a little childish. I still play Kirby, and I'm gonna play that new Donkey Kong game, but I don't relatively play Mario games like that. I haven't even played a Mario game since I was like 10 years old, 11 years old. But relatively, it's fun, and it's a family console at the end of the day. It's not something, if you do not like Nintendo content, you don't like Nintendo games, obviously you're not going to enjoy this. Go ahead and get a Steam Deck. By that point, why don't you just save up and get a PC altogether? Unless you already have a PC. I'm just saying that this is more optimized, and the spec of the CPU is alone much better than the one in the Steam Deck, because it was custom made by AMD. So the CPU is better. I am gonna say the Steam Deck has more features and it gives you a lot more freedom on whatever you want to play. But if you want to play Nintendo exclusives and you want to have a console that's more optimized and more consistent, then you're gonna want to go to the Switch too. And about the breaking problem, I'm saying right now we don't have a full confirmation because it's too early of what exactly breaks your console and what exactly doesn't break your console. So I'm gonna say this: there's no recording, and there's people on social media saying that putting the wrong USB that's not from Nintendo will break your console, or putting a Switch One game where the cartridge is damaged from the back will also break your console. None of that has been recorded. None of that has been confirmed. The only thing that I've seen that has been confirmed is somebody who tried modding it. And the other thing is yesterday, and somebody ended up homebrewing it. It was an FPS homebrew. But the case being, they probably already had their shit bricked. That's probably why you didn't hear from them anymore. I do believe that eventually there is going to be somebody who breaks the console, because when you challenge hackers and stuff like that, or people who do this for a living, they're going to end up doing it more out of spite and more of a personal reason than actually for the reason of them doing it for fun. And eventually it's going to happen. If you want to go ahead and do that, go ahead and do it. I'm not saying not to. I don't give a shit if you pirate games. I'm not agreeing with the Nintendo policy. I'm not a Nintendo glazer. At first, I wasn't even going to buy the console, but I always wanted to play Animal Crossing and stuff like that. And I never had a Switch. So I went ahead and got a Switch too. So I don't have to buy a Switch anytime soon. I like playing on the go sometimes when I go to my dad's house and stuff like that. They don't have Wi-Fi over there. Guess what we're going to do? We're going to play some Switch. So in the end of the day, I see it as a bit of more of an investment in a way. But also, we all know Nintendo, and regardless of what you say as them as a company, they're always going to make good games. And if you like Nintendo games, then you're obviously going to eventually buy one of these. But I would not suspect the price to drop anytime soon or ever. This doesn't seem like it's going to be the case with the 3DS, where it dropped like $100 because the sales weren't good. Keep in mind, regardless of what you've seen online, they're sold out right now. There's plenty of people who didn't get it. There's plenty of people who still want to get one. And, it's not even holidays yet. Just wait until holidays when you start seeing this console get bundled up with the new Donkey Kong game and a bunch of other games. It's going to explode in price. Not in price, but what I mean by it's in sales. It's going to explode in sales again. The same as release, or maybe even more. Because at the end of the day, as if you remember, around 2006 or 2005, it was the Nintendo Wii came out around the same time as the PS3, and a year after the Xbox 360. It outsold both of them combined. And the case being, this is something that's going to keep happening again and again and again. Nintendo is a family console. Nintendo makes consistent, good exclusives, regardless of what you say. The Last of Us 2 was not very well received, regardless of all the fact that Sony makes good exclusives. It wasn't well received, and that sometimes it's going to happen. But Nintendo has a strict policy, strict rules, strict conduct that they follow to make all of their exclusives successful. And obviously, there's no perfect game, but I'm just saying, if you like Nintendo games, you're probably going to buy one of these eventually. And this is future proofed. And, it's a bit of an investment in a way. You're probably not going to regret it later down the road, because Nintendo makes good games. You're going to eventually buy one of these if you like Nintendo games, regardless of what you say. So that's my opinion on things. That's the reality of things. Even I'm gonna go ahead and even say that's the reality of things. Because a lot of these YouTubers, yes, they're boycotting it, but they're not seeing the full spectrum of things. They're not seeing the full thing, because they hate what they did with the console. And I agree with it. I agree with it. I'm not glazing the console. I agree with the things they're saying. But the problem is that they're not including everything else besides that. You're not able to get a 4K 60 frames a second consistently OLED screen on a handheld for less than $1,000 or more. It's just not technology that's fully optimized yet. And when the Xbox handheld comes out and the PlayStation handheld comes out, it's probably going to rely more on cloud gaming the same way the PlayStation 5 handheld or cloud streaming handheld was. I know PlayStation is making a full passionate version of a PS Vita sequel, but I think even then it's not going to be as strong as people suspect it to be. And I mean, I think that alone will probably humble a lot of these people who are boycotting it. I'm not agreeing with their policy though. Yes, boycott that, and I think that is wrong. But when it comes to the actual quality and the value that you're getting out of this console, it fits around the range. And if anything, if PlayStation does make that PS Vita and it's crazy, you're probably gonna most likely 99.9% chance gonna pay more than that. You're probably gonna pay $600 to $700. If you're not ready for that, then this is always gonna be an option. But the truth is, everything's getting more expensive, and that's probably the case that's going to be forever. We're never going to go back to the prices we used to have, and that's the sad part of reality now. But we need to start letting go of that past. We got to start letting go of that. I'm not agreeing with the $80 prices for games yet, because realistically, it's not nearly to that level. Let's be honest, it's not. Maybe in California. A lot of us don't live in California, man. I live in Texas, and I'm still paying $3 for gas. And I mean, that sucks for you, for all you Californians or high population density places. That sucks for you, but that's not my problem, and that's not the problem for a lot of other people. So we need to go back to $70 prices. And I think if maybe even $60 for some of the games, I'm gonna be honest with you. And if they ever go back to that, I'm saying Nintendo wise and console wise, Nintendo's probably gonna reign as the best handheld for probably the next decade. If they go back to these prices, if everything gets situated out economic wise, they're gonna have no choice but to do it. Which right now, with everything going on, not to get political, but it's very not likely anytime soon, at least not this next year. I don't expect it to get worse though. So it's been Taxation. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. I don't mean to be disingenuous or make anybody's opinion not as valid. But I'm just saying the truth, and I feel like I'm saying the closest thing to the reality for gamers at least. And I have nothing against you if you end up pirating shit. I mean, if anything, I respect you more. And hit me up, let me know how you do it. Don't tell anybody I said that. But besides that, thank you. Thank you for watching. I love you.